What is going on, guys? What is going on? What's going on? Good morning. Big dip on ES just now. Yeah, the inflation news comes out in 15 minutes, so why wouldn't there be volatility right now?
Seems a
What's
broader.
going on, Surf the Dragon? Bill, Pluto, Sonar, what's going on, guys? All right, let's see what's up here. Let's see what we got. Doo-doo. All right. So in 15 minutes, we are going to be getting the CPI report. And the expectation, I actually put this on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you don't follow me already. For free daily trading and finance content, make sure you're following me on Instagram as well. That link is in the description. But here is, where did I had the, right here. So the expectations for CPI. What's going on, Richard, Johnny? What's going on, Kevin? Conscious Investing, Charbel. What's going on, guys? Hans, Michael. Loaded up inputs. Why would you do that, Michael? Why would you load up inputs? CPI expected 0.1% month over month, 3.3% year over year. Right? Core expectations is 0.3% month over month, 4.1% year over year. Now, I find it hard to believe that we will, and very much could be the case, obviously, but I find it hard to believe that we will just completely whiff on expectations this late in the year. Especially with an election coming up, et cetera, et cetera. It just seems like the momentum is towards the upside, and with the way that they fudge numbers nowadays, when it comes to inflation, I would not be surprised if they said we just came in line, and maybe one of these figures could be 0.1% up, or down, right? I don't see us coming in at, if they said 3.3% year over year, I don't see us coming in at 5, right? I think it would be pretty much in line. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. We will find out in 12 minutes. We will definitely be finding out. Also, before we start, I am doing a free mastermind on option selling. This is going to be Sunday, November 19th at noon. You must register, even if you, well, I wouldn't, don't register if you're not going to go, but if you so happen to register and something comes up, if you're on this list, you will get sent the recording. But this is an absolutely free mastermind. As you guys know, I'm mainly an option seller when we're talking about single options, not verticals, iron condors, whatever. So this is an option selling mastermind. It's absolutely free, but you have to be on this list if you want to get the link to it. So it's going to be November 19th, Sunday at noon Eastern. So make sure that you click the link in the description and get your name on this damn wait list. But that's what I was saying is I think in terms of CPI, let me know what you guys think. Actually, write it in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. I think that we will come in as expected. That's what I personally think. All right, John Paul, what's going on? James, Crypto Milk, Matt, what's going on, guys? Under the weather? No, fool. I've woke up at 4 a.m. I'm not under the weather. Appreciate your concern. Appreciate your concern. Morning Z, the channel with no BS. That is true. That is true, my friend. The channel with no BS. What's poppin', bruh? Says, come on, man. Your name's not Coochie. For real? That's your name? Coochie? All right. Coochie it is. T Squarehead, what's going on? Louder, please. I can't hear you. I'm sure you are the only one. I'm sure everyone can hear me. Let me know. And Martinez says he can't hear me. What do you guys think? You're good. See, I knew I was good, bro. You know why? Because I had this little thing down here that tells me the levels. All right. Let's look at the markets before. Wow, see, this is why you can't listen to people. Someone was like, big dip on ES. Where's the big dip? It's been going up since 7 in the morning. I don't see what you're talking about. And it's up. Already up 0.15%. God, man, you guys sometimes are hyperbolic. Sound is good. Greetings from Tokyo. What's going on, Cosmic Love? You sound sleepy. No shit, Kenneth. How about you wake up at 4 a.m.? I'm not sleepy. My voice is not trained yet. I'm actually good. He's on a 24-hour delay. Who knows? Maybe he's from the future, TC. Maybe he knows what's coming. Swoosh trades. All right. I'm not going to I'm going to try to be nice with you, okay? Swoosh trade says strong move, and I'm always nice to you. I mean nice to you with regards to trading, not personally. Strong move in Qs and SPY without major healthy pullback and lack of small participation. Healthy to buy. Like, what was wrong with the SPY 2 weeks ago? This is what drives me crazy about the mentality of buying, right? We always say that trading requires strong psychology, right? And investing seems pretty passive, pretty straightforward, and it should be. Investing is literally the easiest thing that someone can do. Investing is so easy that I could teach my 7-year-old nephew to invest, and he'll know the principles of investing, right? It's just that people struggle psychologically with investing too. We always talk about psychology when it comes to trading. So be polite. I am being polite. I'm talking about investing. What are you talking about, Pluto? No exacerbation? I don't even know what that word means. Or I don't think you know what that word means. No, I'm saying that obviously my goal is to make sure that you guys do the best that you can do, right? So when it comes to these concepts, some of this stuff drives me wild because I want to see you guys do the right thing. Why, like, what was wrong with the SPY at 410 that then compels you to buy the SPY at 440? You know what I mean? Or QQQ. What was wrong with it at 340 that now you want to buy it at 380? Like, you are now participating in FOMO. You're not participating in investing. You're not, you know what I mean? It's like investing is, all you have to do is you have a few blue chips that you like. And if you don't want to pick stocks, great. The market also has something for you too, right? The market has what are called ETFs, QQQ and SPY. All you have to do is buy them when they're minus 10% or more. That's all you have to do. You know what I mean? So no, of course I'm not going to support someone FOMOing here. Obviously, you do what you like, but I can't support that. You know what I mean? But again, I mean, if you are a dollar cost averager, then that's fine. You know, if you're buying like every 2 weeks or every month, you take some of your paycheck and you buy, then that's perfectly fine. CPI is out in 5 minutes, guys. CPI is out in 5 minutes. I think it's a psychological principle. Yeah, of course, John Paul. It's a psychological principle. Let's get it. What's going on in Banza? Are you seriously asking Z his opinion in Gaza a few minutes before CPI? Kenan knows what's up. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you my opinion on that 5 minutes before CPI. It definitely deserves and warrants a much larger conversation. So, um, let's wait until after. Concretely, coffee or tea? Blasphemy. There's only one right answer, and it's the first one. Stack Trader, what's going on? All right. So ES. Obviously, not expecting a big move until 5:30. Now, here's what. Do not trade at 5:30, okay? You want to wait until after the news is digested. The market is not going anywhere. You are going to have a chance to trade. What I do is I usually wait. FOMC is different because market is already open on FOMC, right? So during FOMC, you can pretty much time based on when Powell is speaking. You can pretty much time the moves in the market, right? Like when Powell starts speaking, you have the initial move. When he's done speaking, you usually have the counter move. But with CPI is different, right? And the market is not open yet. For me, I wait until it's digested, and then I start trading. Not even at market open. I'll start trading half an hour. If we're talking about big positions, I'll start trading half an hour after market open. But if we take a look at and we have CPI in 3 minutes, so I'm aware of that. If we take a look at the market in and of itself, yes, as someone's alluded to before, the market was going up violently, right? For now, what seems like forever. But we are coming up on some major imbalances here, right? So I would not be surprised to see some sideways, maybe a couple of down days. But in general, I think unless we get a surprise on CPI, or we get an actual government shutdown, which we should know about by this Friday, or NVIDIA earnings completely whiff, then I actually think that the market is going to continue rallying in December. And I do think we even have a chance at hitting the July highs. And to answer your question, who asked before, swoosh trades, me personally, again, do what's good for you. I don't want to affect your investing, right? Me personally, I would buy on pullbacks. And your best hope, not saying it's going to happen, but your best hope is that we get a pullback here and that this turns into an inverse head and shoulders and it allows you to add some more, right? But let's see. If CPI completely whiffs, who knows? We could be talking about a 250 SPY. I'm just kidding, but you know what I mean. You are lovely. I don't know if that's sarcasm, Don VS, but thank you. Maybe it is. I don't know. M. Banza says CPI 3.5. I seem to December's a bit funky because of tax loss harvesting. I mean, it's not that cut and dry. It's not that cut and dry. Yes, there's tax loss harvesting, but you know, in momentum rallies, that usually doesn't have a huge effect on the market. That's not even funny. What if the SPY goes to 250? What do you mean that's not funny? Good morning, NG. What's going on? Herman says, Mr. Z, better known as David Blaine. Oh my God. What you think about the Ducati Scrambler 800 night shift? That's probably a very fun bike to ride. All right, so let's see. CPI in 1 minute. Let's see, guys. I'm going to shut up in 1 minute. Buongiorno from Scotland. Would 5,000 be a reasonable amount to start trading? Okay, let's see what's up.
One more look while we have time at the futures ahead of the CPI number, the October number, which is be here in about 10 seconds. You see the Dow has turned marginally positive. It's up a little. It was down earlier. NASDAQ's been the strongest today. Let's get to Rick Santelli standing by with the numbers. Hey, Rick.
Hi, good morning. Yes, October read on our consumer price index. Month over month headline expected up 0.1 comes in at 0, unchanged 0, which equals the lowest we've seen on this metric since we hit our high at 1.2. That was in June of 22. That was the highest since '05. So 0 ties. That's the lowest we've been. And if you strip out the all-important food and energy, it's up 0.2. That's 1/10 cooler, both than expectations and the rearview mirror. Year over year headline up 3.2%, 1/10 lighter than expectations, a 0.5% less than the 3.7 look last time. 3.2, just to put a face on it. 3.0 in June of this year was the lowest since March of 21, so we're still above that level. And finally, what I would consider potentially the most important, even though it's ex-food and energy, is year-over-year CPI, 4%. 1/10 lighter than we were expecting, 1/10 lighter than our last look, which was 4.1. And the metric there, and this is a biggie, we haven't been under 4% since May of 2021. Yes, under 4% since May of 2021, although this is the lowest level since 6.6, which was a high watermark in September of last year. Now, if you look at the markets, interest rates have moved down. We moved from basically 461 in 10s down to its current level at 447, which equals our intraday low test that we had last week. So you want to pay particularly close attention. And the pre-opening Dow futures have moved higher as well, dramatically higher as well, like 300 points higher as well. So this number is being taken as a good sign, and I understand why, especially if you look at the month over month and you start interpolating out. But I will still leave us all with the notion that 4% year over year, X, very important food and energy. And by the way, all these stories about EVs and power grids and losses on transition, they're not going away. These numbers for energy and pockets of energy are going to stay firm. But that is the number I think is important. All the metrics have moved lower, and as I said, even though all of these have moved lower, they haven't really taken out, other than the headline equaling the lowest level since our high water mark, the others still are comping above levels that were lower. The 3.2 is obviously good news, but as I said, it was 3% in June. We want to pay more attention to how this transitions into the actual opening, but we'll toss it back to the panel to debate some of these numbers. Joe, back to you.
Yeah, immediate reactions, though, and pretty bigger than we've seen recently. Stay with us. Let's bring in our senior economics reporter, Steve Leisman, along with Joe Lavorgna, chief economist at SMBC Nikko Securities, and Kitty Richards, a former Treasury Department official under President Biden, also served as an economic advisor to the president.
All right, you guys heard that point. Market open in an hour could crash down. All right, so CPI came in 0.1% cooler basically on all metrics, right? And the psychological one, or the important one, was that month over month was expected to come in at 0.1% month over month, and it came in at 0. So that psychological 0 is really what shot the market up just right now in the short term, right? You see this huge candle here. What I was telling the person who bought puts, and Kenzo says still holding my puts. Yeah, obviously you can't do anything about it until market open, so you're forced to hold your puts. But guys, like, the market is pretty predictable once we start getting to these levels, right? If you see this much momentum up, and the put call ratio, I had it up a while back, but the put call ratio was still above 1, meaning so many people were buying puts. And it was almost, the puts were being bought in an angry fashion, right? Because Ben Spurgeon said my trading account is up 9K pre-market. Yeah, I'm sure. If you have a portfolio, yeah, I haven't even looked at mine. But if you buy puts, you don't think that everyone and their mom has that same idea? Do you know what I mean? Guys, hit that like button. That's right. Romizi says 1,000 traders watching. Hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button, guys. Let's get that like button up. If you get anything out of this, hit that like button so that other people can find it. But you know, you don't think that everyone and their mom is buying puts here, right? Of course, the market is going to punish those puts, especially if they're disproportionate, right? You want to buy puts in the same way that, you know, FOMO works, right? You want to buy puts when really not the entire market is buying puts. You want to buy calls when not the entire market is buying calls, right? When the put call ratio is above 1, that's the chances of a short squeeze are a lot higher. So that's why I'm not in any puts here. Plus, you know, I'm still under the, as I said before, when the S&P hit this level, I'm still under the impression, and my thesis is that we get to summer highs before the end of the year. And I know that I was getting laughed at by a few people before for saying that, but now it's closer than ever, right? Like the NASDAQ is only a percentage point away, no, 2.5 percentage points away from summer highs, right? So 2.5 percentage points, something that can be done in a day. It's not, I don't think it is, but I'm just saying that it's not that unrealistic now, right? How do you get the put call ratio data? I just Googled it, bro. You could just Google put call ratio, and you can get it from CBOE right here. See, it says put call ratio as of the 13th, which was yesterday, still 1.06, right? And when the put call ratio is that high, what happens is that the markets tend to get squeezed, especially when we are at, you know, momentum levels. So I generally don't buy puts if the put call ratio is above 1. I don't want to be part of that liquidity, right? So make sure that you check on that when you're trading. Ooh, Tesla. Yesterday I said Tesla was going to hit 240 very soon. Shit, it might do that today. Hell yeah. We have a lot of sold puts on Tesla. And we bought Tesla. Let me see, when did we buy Tesla? We bought Tesla a while ago. This is why I was saying, you know, make sure that you are, and I know it's tough, guys. I know it's tough, but October 20th, that's when we started buying Tesla. I know it's tough to buy when it's down, but you should have a natural aversion to buying when it's high. You know what I mean? Like, if I told you that you can buy your car for $40,000 today or for $65,000 in a year, think of how bad you will feel if you didn't take advantage of that. It's the same thing. Tesla up 2. Yes, I mean, Tesla is going to follow Tesla. But I'm going to likely sell calls against Tesla today, Cyril. So I will be selling calls against Tesla today. We're already running a free bet or a free trade on Tesla because we did sell calls initially and made about $140 per contract, right? So it protected us against this drop, and I'm going to sell more. By the way, doing an option selling mastermind. Click that link in the description. Sunday, November 19th at noon. Absolutely free, but you have to be part of this you have to be part of this list. So make sure you get your name on there. Guys, get that like button up so other people can find this. All right. So what do I think the market is going to do? I personally am not trading this. There's no way you can trade this. Rigged market. I mean, Kenzo, you bought puts, right? And you were talking about how you bought puts. Of course you're gonna think it's a rigged market. If you bought calls, you wouldn't think it's a rigged market, right? It's crazy to me that people throw this rigged market around when there are people doing sound analysis. And you don't have to listen to me, right? I'm not even gonna tell you that I was right. You don't even have to listen to me. But there's people doing sound analysis of why the market can actually rip, because people have been around for a long time and are a little bit more familiar with how market mechanics work, right? What retail is doing is they'll look at this trend line and they'll be like, oh, we're coming up on this trend line. Let me buy puts, right? And what someone who has studied the market would tell you is that coming up on this trend line, for instance, right? Obviously, this trend line is going to be broken at some point. You don't think that, a 2-week rally with basically one red day has the chance to actually break this trend line, right? Aside from the fact that obviously we had the most volume at the level that I was eyeing here. Look at this. The most volume going back 2 years in the S&P 500 was right at this level, right? This is called the volume profile visible range. Part of the reason why I bought at that level too. So the market is not rigged in the sense that you think it's rigged. You think it's rigged because it's going against your position. Now, is there shenanigans in the market, i.e., for instance, Congress people buying shares before a big vote, etc. Yes, of course, that type of stuff exists. But the market is not out to get your puts. And the closer that you are to realizing that, the better of a trader / investor you will be. Because the person that bought calls, do you think he or she is saying that it's a rigged market? The person that bought the S&P at 4,100, do you think he or she is saying that the market is rigged? Right? We bought Tesla a couple weeks back. Are we saying that the market is rigged? Actually, no, the 20th is almost a month back. But you get the point, right? The market is not rigged to get your puts. They don't care about your few $100 position. Naked shorting, etc. Yeah, of course. But, you can't naked short something like the S&P 500. But yeah, I get your point if you're talking about AMC or GME. Do you think the market would rip up to 450 today? I could tell you no. Up to 450? Let's see, actually. So from 440 to 450, yeah, I mean that's a 2.5%, 2.25% day. So is it possible? Yes, that it is possible, but would take an insane day to do that. I think that we are already coming up on a major imbalance here, and I want to see when the market opens how it reacts to this right here, right? I want to see how the market reacts to this. I think it's going to be hard to get past this without any sort of resistance along the way. So we'll see. Maybe the CPI is rigged. Yeah, I think the CPI is a very convenient calculation. All right, but if you know that, then like why before before the CPI came out, why was I saying I think it's going to come in line? It's just you start getting a hunch for these things, right? You start getting a hunch for these things. Obviously, I'm not Nostradamus. It could have came above, but this stuff is meant to, at certain times in the market, when there's momentum, there are things that conveniently happen that are going to support the market. Like when this Moody's thing came out, right? And people thought that this Moody's thing was a downgrade. It's not a downgrade. The outlook is negative, but people didn't even read in between the lines. The ratings agency has affirmed the long-term issuer and senior unsecured ratings of the U.S. at AAA. So it affirmed that U.S. debt is still AAA. Now, what I think is going to happen is I think we're going to get a rally, and I think at some point this is going to turn into a downgrade, right? And when that happens, that's when the rug will get pulled. You know what I mean? This is the time to buy. Unfortunately, the time to buy was weeks ago. Bought Apple calls year to date. That's amazing. I have Tesla. What if this is the biggest bull trap before the government shut down? That's fine, but that's not a reason to buy puts, in my opinion, Kenzo. That's a reason to just sit on your hands. But also, the amount of money that was made from 4,100 to 4,500, it doesn't matter what happens now, right? The amount of opportunity and the amount of money that was made here, whether you're talking about Tesla or the S&P 500, is definitely a missed opportunity for those that. My problem with doom and gloom scenarios is this, bro. My problem with doom and gloom scenarios is that people that have doom and gloom scenarios never have a target. Do you know what I mean? Like when we were at 4,100 and someone says, this is going to be the worst crash ever since 1929, but they don't really have a workable target. The way that I approach the market is this. Okay, here's my thesis, but at what point am I ready to start buying? That's how I'm looking at the market. Doom and gloom people. And I don't, blame you. There's enough channels that go around making a ton of money from being doom and gloom. But my problem with that is that there's no workable target. Okay, so imagine you have a doom and gloom scenario, right? So you have like Game of Trades or Maverick of Wall Street. It's just those are just doom and gloom channels to me, right? No disrespect to anybody, but just objectively to me. I would much rather say, okay, fine. I think the scenario might be bad, but here's where I'm looking to deploy cash. So my next level on the SPY below 410, if you guys remember, was 400. I said I'm going to be, or 405, sorry. I said I'm going to be deploying cash at 410 and 405, right? We didn't get to 405. We got to 410, one of my targets. But if I'm just sitting here saying, guys, it's all rigged, it's going to hell, buy, click, and I click off, that's not providing you with any information. Do you know what I mean? So I'd much rather have a workable target. That's all I'm saying. So I don't mind bearish scenarios. Just tell me when are you looking to buy? That's all I'm saying. Does anyone buy shares anymore? Options is all I hear. Yeah, I buy shares for investing, but I trade options because they're leveraged, and futures because they're leveraged. Does that make sense? But I buy shares, yes. Guys, there's 1,100 people on this stream. Hit that thumbs up so that other people find this. Market opens in 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Can't short the market. I lost a lot. Yeah, that's another good point. And your name is, I think, in Mandarin, so I can't say your name. I apologize because I can't read that yet. But the market is up 75% of the day, right? The market is up 75% of the time since its inception. The market is up 75% of the time. So imagine someone who's always trying to short the market. Even statistically, it's one of the most uninformed positions to be in, right? Imagine someone's just trying to short the market, when there's only a 1 in 4 chance, let's just say, over the course of history, that they're going to be right. You're much better off just longing and then maybe selling calls against your shares or something like that. So a melt up before a meltdown, it's not necessarily a meltdown. I think that I think we are getting a recession in 2024. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem is that, you know how all the stocks were beat up? We always talk about the Magnificent Seven, right? Magnificent Seven are the only stocks holding the market up. And tech was, some tech was in a correction of 10% or more. And you had all these stocks that were down here. And everyone was using that as sort of an example of why the market is unhealthy. But no one ever accounted for, okay, what if these stocks that are now so beaten up, the rest outside of the Magnificent Seven, what if now they start climbing up? Everyone was using that as sort of a reasoning that the market should go lower, as opposed to these stocks now coming up to meet the Magnificent Seven, right? But the problem is that the market can continue going up, and recessions can take a long time to form. So if you look at the 10-year, 2-year, for instance, this right here might take a very long time to uninvert. right? I don't know if you can see that because of my head. Is my head in the way? Yeah. Let me move it. So this right here can take a very long time to uninvert, right? It looked like it was going to uninvert, and it dropped back. It went from minus 0.13 all the way back down now to almost negative 0.4. So this could take months to uninvert, and then it could take months after that to actually cause a recession. So even though I do think we're going to get a recession, I don't think people are considering the fact that what if the market continues ripping, right? And then it rips into, say, September 2024. We'll be above 500 on the SPY. And then, you know, once we get to this point, where the market is now ripping, then you get a recession, right? And now what if you get a recession and we only fall back to previous highs? This is why I don't like betting on these doom and gloom scenarios that most people are not right about the timing. It's very hard to predict a recession. Most people are within a few years of a recession, right? We were talking about a recession in early 2022 when the yield curve first uninverted. Also, yes, Gashi brings up a good point. How can you trust the Fed? How can you trust the Fed? So the Fed balance sheet right now, right? They have been rolling assets off the balance sheet. It went from 8.9 trillion. It's now 7.8 trillion. But how do you know that we won't get to, say, that 6 trillion level? Say the economy starts breaking. How do you know that the Fed won't then jump in for the Treasury and say, all right, don't worry about it. We rolled off 2 trillion already. We did our part. Now we're going to be buying assets again and go back to quantitative easing, right? Very possible. Would you trust the Fed? Like if I told you, would you bet your life savings that the Fed is not going to go back to quantitative easing? What would you say? You wouldn't take that bet. You're like, no, I could see the Fed easily going back to quantitative easing and cutting rates. Especially if it's, you know, to support the market and the politicians and whatnot. Wow. I cannot believe Tesla, man. This makes me so happy. Shout out to those who bought Tesla below 200. Our cash secure puts are going to be up so much that we can close them out now. And then sell calls against our shares. I'm definitely going to sell Tesla calls when the market opens for sure. Russell 2000 futures just ripped at 3% recovery. Let's look at, oh my God, I didn't even. Yes, Russell 2000. You know what else we bought the other day? Look at this, November 10th. Russell 2000. This was 4 days ago. I'm telling you guys, you have to get in early on this stuff. You have to get in early on this stuff. My whole Russell 2000 analysis was here, why I was buying the Russell 2000. Again, click that link in the description if you want to be part of this. I showed you Tesla. I showed you SPY. I showed you Russell 2000. We were early on all of this stuff. And guess what else is ripping? I bet you. TLT. Look at this. Started buying TLT 6 days ago. Right? We're not just sending out random alerts. It's Tesla was beaten down. SPY at 410 was a huge level. TLT was in support of there being no more rate hikes, right? IWM, or the Russell 2000, was because this is the worst performing Russell 2000 of all time. This is the worst percentage of total market for the Russell 2000. And you know me, I like to buy extremes. Aside from the fact that the chart supported it, right? So if you want to join the monthly, use the code that's in the description. I believe the code is GOBBLE, GOBBLE, and that'll get you $99 forever, $99 a month forever. Or if you want to join the mastermind, make sure you get your name on this list, and thereafter you will be sent an extreme discount for the mastermind membership, which also includes a lifetime to the Discord. James, I'm definitely going to mute you for spamming. All right. How many stocks, in your opinion, not financial advice? What is the max number of stocks? There's no answer for that. That's not a way to look at things. CPI data was positive. What do you think the approximate expected levels of the S&P 500? Do you teach ICT strategies? I do trade. I'm not teaching. What do you call it? Like an ICT mentorship. No, but I do use some ICT concepts in my own trading. So yes. What does CPI stand for? Don't answer. Okay, I won't answer. So could we get a pullback in the market once the market opens? Yeah, for sure. We could get a pullback, but I don't know that we lose all of this. This is non-tradable. When the market opens and you start seeing liquidity levels, then you can start to take trades. But man, I'm so happy. So Tesla, SPY, TLT, and IWM, all four things that we've been buying all month, are basically rocketing right now. I wonder what gold is doing. Nice. I sent out an alert on gold yesterday too, by the way. Where's my gold alert? Where is my gold alert? Oh, right here. Oh, I actually have a gold futures position. Nice. I'm up 1,040 per contract on GC. And my VIX puts, I shorted the VIX when that Moody's thing came out. Here are my VIX puts pre-market. They're almost at 100%. I bought the 15 VIX puts right when Moody's came out, and the VIX was above 15. I bought the 15 puts, knowing that Moody's thing was BS. I'm telling you guys, nobody does it like us. I promise you that. Make sure you take advantage of that discount and join up. Treasury's all in red. Treasury yields, not treasury prices. Look, here's the treasury prices. They're all green. So you look at TLT, ZN, ZT, they're all green. But yields are down. Yeah. Carvana up 9%. Carvana, I was looking at that. I thought I didn't like the way it pulled back here, because sometimes Carvana will pull back, like it will see a pop and then you'll see a low volume pullback like this, right? The fact that it dipped down like that, I was like, but good job if you got in it. Do you like TMF? That was one of the bonds that I bought. If you look here, AGG, TLT, TMF, and SHI. So yeah, we bought TMF too. Can you estimate what price Apple will go to now? I think it's pretty safe to say Apple will hit the 190s. There is a major imbalance here. But if we cross above this, then I think it's off to the races. And I think Apple will probably hit 200 if we cross above this. Do you think we'll get a pullback on the NASDAQ to 15,650? That's not a bad target. Yeah, I think we can get a pullback. Do I think it will happen? I mean, there's no way for me to tell right now. But 15,650 is 1% away. So it's not unrealistic based on just percentage values. Do I think it will happen? There's no way for me to tell. I have to see how the NASDAQ starts reacting to these levels. But I think it's safe to say, in general, I think we're going back to summer highs before the end of the year. That's what I think. So however we get there, yeah, I mean, I think we will stair step our way there. But yeah. Think Fed talks will dampen sentiment? No. I think the Fed is skipping, and I think everyone's going to assume that was the last that was the last of the Fed. That's what I think is going to happen. TIF is not moving. What? TIF is not moving. Why? What's TIF? I don't even know what that is. Are you gonna trade market open? Finally got my futures account. Yeah, I probably will wait a little bit. I want to see how the market opens, and then yeah, I'll likely take a trade. I think that. How many of you guys bought Tesla recently? Like, I want you guys to know how the media works, right? With regards to investing, right? When you see stuff like this, definitely trying to scare people, right? When you see at 190, you see some analysts come out and say Tesla's worth $50, right? Obviously, those come out. That type of news comes out deliberately at those times. And that's what scares people off from buying, right? And so instead of buying at 194, now people are buying at 240, which is crazy. But that's normally how the cycle works. So if you have conviction, if there's something you really want to own in your portfolio, do not look at the news. Okay? Yes, look at the company, look at its earnings, its growth rate, cash flow, etc. But do not look at the news. Just look at the company itself, look at your portfolio, look at the amount of cash you have, how much you're willing to attribute. And when the stock is down in a correction or a bear market, just buy it. I'm 90% sure that the market will sell off today. I mean, sell off is a very general term. You mean will lose all its gains? Mark, sell calls against your shares, bro. Guys, 17 likes and we get it to 500. There's 1,000 of you here. Let's do it. All right. RTY is starting to look interesting for a trade, I mean. So what I'm looking to see, did this take liquidity above an important high? And it did. But we also have monthly highs, which are important, right here. So we have the October highs right here. And we have the weekly high right here. Both of these are important. So what we want to see with RTY is it's so hard to short a fucking 3.5% day. It's so hard to short a 3.5% day. Generally, it's one of my rules. If something is up more than a percentage point, I don't look for a broad-based short. In general, you can scalp it. So on RTY, which this is one of the advantages for trading futures, I can trade now. If you're trading options, you have to wait. And guys, futures trading is one of the mastermind topics. The mastermind is 8 classes, 4 weeks. And there are 2 modules on trading, 2 modules on technical analysis, 2 modules on option selling, and 2 modules on futures trading. So if you want to learn how to trade futures, make sure you join up. So I would look for something. You can get a 2-to-1 trade like this, but I would not be looking for the entire move to be erased. And I would be much more comfortable if we can clear at least half of this entire imbalance on the indices. Like if NQ can drop to around VWAP, then I would be much more comfortable taking broad trades. I think once the market runs up like this, there isn't much you could do besides scalping. Because longing at the highs is going to be very suboptimal. And shorting on a 2% day is going to be tough. But we do have major imbalances here. That is definitely like the S&P 500 just filled a 4-hour fair value gap here. Just filled a 4-hour fair value gap here. So, you know, I do think we'll get some resistance, but without mitigating this imbalance, it's going to be very hard to tell exactly where we're going. The good news is that we do have a lot of time. I mean, the market's not even open yet. Okay, Nightcrawler. I expect a dip before Cybertruck. Still 2 weeks ahead. Nightcrawler. I don't get it. Market gonna straight rocket till January? Very possible. Very possible. But I'm happy today, man. I'm happy today. Portfolio's up like crazy. TLT's up, gold is up, IWM is up, Tesla's up. Super happy today. Definitely going to take some profits off the table. Definitely going to sell calls against my Tesla shares. So I'm going to be looking at that at market open. I would likely sell. Okay. While we're waiting for the market open, people take profit. Yeah, I think people, I think there definitely should be profit taking. I definitely think there should be profit taking. What's the impact on gold with lower CPI? Very good question. So the reason that I got into gold yesterday was because of this. Here's the relationship. R Grove. The relationship is this. When there is a belief that the Fed is not going to have to raise more, interest rates slam, right? Because people start pouring into bonds to take advantage of those high rates. So interest rates get slammed. When interest rates get slammed, you know what else drops? The dollar, right? The dollar goes down. So the correlation between interest rates and the dollar is almost a 1-to-1. So when interest rates go down, the dollar goes down and vice versa. Now, there's an inverse correlation between the dollar and gold. So when I was doing my gold analysis yesterday, I was looking at the dollar saying that we are coming up on this imbalance, and you can see the box I drew yesterday. And exactly what I told you, the dollar is going to tank, right? Interest rates dropped, dollar dropped, which is why gold is up, right? Plus the fact that we pulled back majorly from 186. I do think gold is likely going to continue up. Is it time to buy bonds? We started buying bonds a while back. Again, you wouldn't be late on any of this stuff if you were part of the academy. 11/8, that's when we started buying bonds. November 8th. So 6 days ago is when we started buying bonds. And here was all my analysis. I'm telling you guys, for the amount of information you get, it's the cheapest thing on the market. Oh my God, my VIX puts are up 102%. And that's the other thing. I don't bullshit with you guys. I put my money where my mouth is. My VIX puts are up 102%. It's a bargain. Yeah, I guarantee you. I mean, I agree with you because you get day trading, options, futures, option selling, long-term stock buying. We do commodities, bonds. Nobody else gives you that value. And I know, like, I'm very confident in saying that. I'm very, very confident in saying that. You know, you might get people that trade options or people that just trade futures or whatever, or just tell you, you know, what their investments are. Basically, just invest in Palantir and Tesla, right? Their channel's just dedicated to that. But I'm telling you, the breadth of what we offer, both in terms of macro, in terms of day trading, in terms of swing trading, derivatives, nobody does it like us. I guarantee you that. I appreciate you guys in the comment section for backing that up. I'm 100% confident in that. I've made so much money in the Discord, the cost is almost nothing to what I've made. Appreciate you, Frankie. Gurmeet, really worth joining the mastermind. Thank you, man. Surf Dragon, thank you. Appreciate you. Tom Nash, Palin Tesla. Yeah, bro. I mean, imagine that I only talked about Tesla and Palantir and then had you guys join a service and all I talked about was invest in Palantir and Tesla. Come on. Did you catch the frozen concentrate on OJ? No, bro. I did not catch orange juice. All right. Need a lot of capital to trade futures. Not true. Not true. Look at Ninja Trader. Look at Tradeovate. You need $500 of collateral per contract. I would suggest Ninja Trader. I would suggest Tradeovate if you're outside of the U.S. And those might be available outside of the U.S. But if you're in a country where those aren't available, look at Interactive Brokers. Z's Discord gives you the tools to work from home. Yeah, I really put my heart into it, man. I really put my heart into it. Is Mastermind good for beginners? It is for beginners. I joined Lifetime a year ago. It's the best investment I made so far. Appreciate you. Retire today. I like the name. All right. Do I think Apple is a good buy? Come on, Nirav. Apple is like 4% away from all-time high. Apple is a good company. Yes, it's, as a matter of fact, my biggest holding. Do I think this is a good time to buy? I personally wouldn't. But again, it's up to you. It's up to you. Man, I hope this Tesla holds up because I do want to sell calls against Tesla. Is it possible for the market to drop hard when margin use is so low? I'm not sure where you're getting your data from. Would love to see that data, Quinn and Scott. I don't disagree. I'm if you show me data, I don't argue. Is NinjaTrader only for Windows? I believe so, but one of our analysts, she trades on NinjaTrader, but she's running parallels on Mac. So yeah. But Interactive Brokers and Trade-Ovate are Mac available. All right. How was CPI? Came in lower than expected. If I were a hedge fund, I would pull the rug after tomorrow. That's not how it works. One hedge fund cannot do that at all, by the way. You're talking about a $40 trillion market. There isn't a hedge fund big enough in heaven for that to happen, right? One hedge fund can't do it. Guys, I want to also take the market opens in 13 minutes, okay? I want to take time to say something. Hedge funds are not the end all be all. You have the power to be profitable just as much as they do, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that hedge funds are the end all be all. We saw with our own eyes, hear me out. We saw with our own eyes hedge funds get sandblasted, okay? We saw with our own eyes hedge funds get sandblasted by a bunch of apes on Reddit. Hedge funds are not the end all be all. A lot of hedge funds, by the way, because I follow this stuff, a lot of hedge funds missed this rally. There's a lot of underinvested hedge funds. Now, what tends to happen and why the market continues to rally is because hedge funds now start pouring in. They're putting their money to work. This, by the way, happened back in January. If you guys remember, there were all these reports that the crash is going to get worse. The crash is going to get worse. And it was I think the highest time by percentage-wise since the great financial crisis. The most uninvested cash by institutions was in January 2023, right? So once the market started ripping, you saw them start putting cash to work. So don't think that hedge funds know it all or the end all be all. And for certain, hedge funds cannot engineer a market crash. Like one hedge fund cannot engineer a market crash. It's not big enough. You're talking about $40 trillion. That's just an absurd amount of money, right? So, you have the power to sell options. You can act as a market maker. Who's holding your hands behind your back? Right? Who's tying your hands behind your back? You have the power to sell cash secure puts. You have the power to sell calls. You have the power to buy puts or buy calls, go long, go short. The market is literally open to any decision you want to make. This is why I laugh when people say the market is rigged, because you could have chosen the other way. It's only rigged when you chose wrong. And usually the wrong choice is fueled by really bad retail concepts, like make sure that you short this trend line after the most violent rally of 2023, going into the two most bullish months in stock market history. It just doesn't make sense, right? And put call ratios above 1. Just doesn't make sense. Citadel definitely tried. Yeah, and they lost billions of dollars. And what was the hedge fund that went? A couple of hedge funds went bankrupt. Remember that? Not only did they lose money, they went bankrupt. Josh Brown said that money managers will have to chase in order to keep their jobs. I love when he says that. That he has said that multiple times in the past. If you've watched, and you're right. I pay attention to you in the books you recommend. I appreciate you. Know thyself. Melvin, yes, that was it. Melvin went bankrupt. So don't think that they're the end all be all. What do you think about all these bank closures? It's a huge non-issue, Mike Wolf. You know why? When we were following the bank closures in March, who stepped in? The Fed, the Treasury. Not only did they step in, they said they would step in to no end, meaning whatever the banks needed, not one depositor is going to lose money. So what do you think? We need a reverse market crash. If you don't know what he's alluding to, I posted this yesterday. I said, bears are having such a hard time. They're now calling for, wait for it, a reverse market crash. Oh, man. I was just having a laugh. Yeah. But again, it all goes back to principles. You see a stock you want, if it's cheap, just buy it. Papa Z Discord got all the tools you ever need to become a successful trader. Appreciate you. Are we doing calls or puts on Tesla? We're already in Tesla. We're doing nothing on Tesla. We're taking profit on Tesla when the market opens. That's what we're doing. This is when you want to take profit, not enter positions. We set ourselves up for days like today. Thank God. All right, let's see what RTY is doing. This is one that I'm pretty interested in trading here. Do you live trade in your Discord daily? Yes, every single day. This is what I'm looking at here. Now it's crazy. The market needs to open, or I'm not trading until the market opens. We could close red. Yes, of course we can close red. We can also close green. Am I the only one with constant lag? Oh, am I lagging? I don't know. No one said that, Christian. No one's told me that there was a lag. Maybe the internet at work is not so great. See, we're consolidating here right before market open. Watch how big this move will be. We're going to get a big move that will likely take out both longs and shorts. This is what you want to stay out of. Today's mostly going to be profit taking for me. Again, we have gold that I posted, TLT that I posted, and all the bonds, TMF, TLT, Tesla, which I posted, Russell 2000, which I posted, right? You notice how I didn't say Apple, Microsoft, etc. I was purposely looking at specific plays that would be supported, that still have a disproportionate or asymmetrical opportunity. Can you sell calls puts against your shares on SPXL? Yes. And TQQQ? Yes, you can. Do you have a position on Chevron? No, I have a position on Occidental, Troy. I like Occidental. This is the company that Buffett owns 20% of. I was hoping that we would get a dip below 50 after the last earnings because I like to buy it when it's in the mid-50s, but I didn't pick any new shares up. I just have the old shares that I bought at 50. Z is so right about quality. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Muhammad. Yeah, I mean, most of us today are likely taking thousands of dollars in profit. And I try to keep like the amount of value that we provide in the Discord. And there's 2 other analysts too. It's not just me, but the amount of quality that I try to keep, and I try to offer something to everybody, whether you're a futures trader, options trader, long-term investor, bond trader, commodities trader. I try to offer something to everybody. Again, in my view, it's relatively cheap compared to the information that you're going to get, aside from the amount of money. Like today, again, most of us will probably take thousands of dollars off the table. Is there a course or guide to options trading? Yes. If you join the lifetime or the mastermind membership, you get access to the options course and then the live mastermind, which I teach every month. And if you're a mastermind member, you can join every mastermind in the future, unlimited. So yes, not only is there a course that's pre-recorded, but there's a live mastermind that I teach. Do you still do iron condors? Sometimes. You don't want to do iron condors now. Okay? There's a time and place for everything, bro. You don't want to do iron condors now. Look at the market. Iron condors will get smacked in an asymmetrical market. Iron condors are good when you're expecting consolidation. You don't want to trade iron condors now. Millionaires will become richer today? Damn right. I bought 2 other courses before Z's, and I don't look at the others anymore. Z's Discord is literally all day answering questions, sending signals, etc. Yeah, I appreciate you, Ty. The Discord is 1,000% worth it. Appreciate you guys. Just make sure you use the code GOBBLE, GOBBLE, if you join the monthly. If you want to join the mastermind, which gives you lifetime access as well as access to every upcoming mastermind, put your name on this list. Put your name on this list. We're doing the biggest sale ever for Black Friday, but you won't see it if you're not on this list. All right. Let's see what ES is up to. Z is cocky for sure. Bro, I'm not cocky. I'm confident. I'm 1000% confident. I've been in the space since 2017, bro. I'm old when it comes to this space. I've seen the crap. You know, I've seen I'm taking $100 to 100,000 and nobody's going to stop me. Join my service. Like, come on, bro. I pour my heart out into this analysis. Like, I'm all day writing this shit, looking at research, trying to find, trying to weasel my way into what are the good deals in the market. I'm not just saying buy Apple or whatever. What is undervalued, right? And I'm very meticulous about that stuff, and I'm proud of it. So no, I promise you, it's not cocky, but I am confident. What's your take on the government shutdown this week? It's definitely possible. We've seen government shutdowns. Tesla 100. It's definitely possible. All right. Here's what I'm looking at. I think that we could potentially, like I said, this is a major point of imbalance here. There's a level at 45.14 on ES, which would be another 0.6%, which would be a 2% day on ES. That's a tall task. I'm waiting to see if we see resistance off of this daily fair value gap here, this rectangle, or this right here is weekly buy-side liquidity, right? Around 45.14. On NQ, we're already there on NQ. Right here. So ES definitely can go up to grab that. Market just opened. Roman, appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Do lifetime members have access to the mastermind? If you're a mastermind member, yes, you have access to the mastermind. Every single mastermind going forward. And all the recordings. My God, look at that portfolio. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm closing all of these cash secure puts. This is our cash secure put holdings right here. I got the 195 put, which I opened up, 195 sold put, which I sent in the Discord, I think, last week. The 215 put expiring in December is up 67. The 220 puts up 78. Yeah, I'm closing these puts. Hold on. Where is this? Closing these puts. Let me just send this out to the crew. Nice. And let me close them. Close this one. And close this one. Beautiful. Nice. A melt up does not drop enough to let you in, can be painful. Yeah, that's why you gotta strike when the iron's hot. So close those. Closing my VIX puts, which are up 114%. Cool. You work hard as hell. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate you, man. All right, so closed all those. And then my gold position is up 1,500 per contract. Oh my God. Up 1,500 per con. Oh my God, 1580. Woo! What a day. What a day. All right. $1,580 per contract on gold. I still, my God, 1,660. Gold futures, yeah, you can. when do we trade future options? No, you're trading either futures or options. This is my trade on gold yesterday. And I think we can get, man, if we get here, my God. Tesla cover calls. Yes. Let me sell Tesla cover calls. Hold on. Thanks. Made 430 on the GLD call. Hell yeah. Tesla cover calls. Here's what I'm selling. I'm selling the, and I'm going to explain this to you guys in a second. Even if you don't have Tesla, I'm going to explain this to you in a second. Best platform to trade futures and gold. Whatever platform is available to you. The platform doesn't matter. If you're outside of the U.S., interactive brokers, up 50% on GLD. Hell yeah, Brian. Good shit, bro. Good shit. Whatever you have available to you, Perg. If you're outside of the U.S., trade on interactive brokers or Ninja Trader or Tradeovate. I trade on Thinkorswim. It's a little expensive for some people. Whatever's available to you, the platform doesn't matter. I'm going to sell the February $10 calls on Tesla. Let's see how much I can get for him. Tesla $10 calls. So you can sell one call for every 100 shares you have. I'm going to put it in at 2. $2, which probably won't fill. Let me see if I can put it at 190. God, this is not filling. Let me try 170. Took GLD calls yesterday from Discord. In at 138, sold at 225. Hell yeah. Up 50% on my Tesla 270, 275 call spread. Amazing, dude. Why do you sell in the money for Tesla? To get more money. And this is the thing, bro. You want to sell calls in the money because look, if I buy Tesla today, right? Here, let me draw it out for you. If I buy Tesla today for $11, right? Why is this so messy? If I buy Tesla today for $11, right? And I sold the $10 call for $2, if my shares get called, the worst that can happen is I sell my shares for $12. And up until the shares get called, I get 60% dividend yield. Isn't that wild? So I'm selling my shares for $12 while collecting $200 per share. That's insane. And that also gives me downside protection. So if Tesla drops by $2, I collected $2. So Tesla can actually go to 9. And I will already have made up for it. Plus, I'm collecting the 60% dividend yield. $99 for life. Use code GOBBLE. Yeah, that you get the Discord alerts, but not the mastermind. But yes, you get everything in the Discord. if Tesla drops to $9, I'm still protected because I collected 2 and I bought Tesla for 11. Does that make sense? That's why I go in the money. If you go out of the money, you're going to get a few cents and no downside protection. So if I sold the $13 calls, I'm going to get 20 cents, right? Or $20. So if Tesla drops to 9, I'm not protected. In this way, I'm protected. And if Tesla starts going up, I sell my shares for a profit. So that's why. So I'm trying to sell the $10 calls. Okay, I sold them for 160. Expiring February. Selling the $10 Tesla call expiring in February 16th. Thoughts on oil? I need more than thoughts. All right. Oh. I wonder why I was doing that. All right. Let's check on. I have 100 Tesla at 1312. Yeah, it's kind of high. If you're not selling calls on your Tesla, Amanda, then you're likely in a dividend trap. When did you fully move to ICT? I wouldn't say that I'm a full ICT trader. I use a ton of the concepts. But like if you look at my analysis, for instance, right? Like this type of stuff, this is all just my analysis, proprietary analysis. For day trading, yes, I trade ICT. When did I do that? I would say within the last year, I started modifying my day trading. But yeah, for my swings, it's more proprietary. See, this is why you can't short this. This is why you can't short this. This is what I was saying. Now, NASDAQ coming up on that weekly buy side level. S&P is a little far. It's at around 45.14. Not shorting any of this mess. There's no reason why I should give back any money today. You know, Tesla's up 5%. On gold, I'm up. I'm up 2,400 a contract. What are the chances Tesla gets to 240 today? That's not how technical analysis works. It's not a crystal ball. Were those OTE fibs? Yes. I think. Can you play some Christmas music without getting banned? Yeah, maybe I can. Hold on. You guys really want me to play Christmas music while I trade? Let's see. Copyright free Christmas music. Ivo's gonna get me banned, bro. Royalty free Christmas music. All right, let's see. I'll turn it down. Tell me. Hold on. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. Let me know if it's too loud or you can't hear it at all. Oh, very loud? Okay, hold on. What about now? It's too loud still? How loud is it compared to my voice? A little loud? Okay, hold on. How about now? That's good. It's still loud? Okay, now okay. You guys. You guys can blame Ivo for coming up with that idea. Perfect mix. My God. Almar says this is nice. It was blasting before. All right. Guys, I'm trying to do serious work here. All right. You guys can blame Ivo. All right. Do I think Tesla gets to 240 today? Probably tough chance. Tough chance. Yeah, I don't think it gets to 240 today. I would actually sell calls against my shares. And Tesla here. Yeah, if you're asking me if I think Tesla gets to 240, no, I don't think it will. So hard to trade this, man. This is the type of day you just don't trade. I'm trying to look for a trade for y'all, but honestly, like buying gold, buying the Russell 2000, buying Tesla, buying the indices, like I'm up so much today that it's hard for me to take a subpar trade giving that money back. Yeah. What are you guys trading? Let me know. I just got that first Tesla dividend. Nice. Oh yeah, Tesla did Tesla pay out a dividend today? I thought it was the 16th. Did you guys get paid on Tesla dividend today? Whoops, that's not the right thing. Did you guys get paid on Tesla today? I gotta check. I hope you're enjoying the Christmas music. I don't think I got a Tesla dividend today. No. Yeah, no, I don't think I got one today. Let me look at Netflix. Yeah, Netflix is an interesting spot. I still don't see... I don't see a viable day trade here. I sold calls on TSLL, Rivian, SoFi, and Snow expiring Monday. Awesome. Tesla dip and rip just happened. Yeah. Amazon looks interesting. Man, there's nothing worth trading today. Okay. I'm looking at a potential rally in the 2-year from here. I will likely start buying 2-year futures after the Fed. So after December 13th, I will likely start buying this pretty heavy to start positioning myself into a larger position for next year. Microsoft calls? Microsoft just made all-time highs today. No, man, I can't buy something like this. Entry on NASDAQ 100? There's no optimal entry. You're either longing a 2% day or you're shorting a 2% day. Right? Like the bigger move is obviously short, but RTY is the only thing that might look mildly interesting. GLD trade less than 1 RR? No. What I posted? You mean the one I posted? No, it wasn't less than 1 RR. This is what I posted in the Discord. How about a nice conservative put credit spread? Why would no puts? You're not going to get paid for selling a put spread today. Did you stop using moving averages since you discovered ICT? Yeah, for sure. I'll still pull it up if I need a confluence, like a 21 EMA or something, just to see where the level is. But yeah, ICT is way more profitable for sure. Way more profitable. PayPal at these levels, I did start buying PayPal. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm very strategic and I nibble on stuff. I started buying PayPal. Let's see, when did we send out the PayPal alert? 11/2. So November 2nd, started buying PayPal. What does it look like now? I didn't even look at it. Okay. It's up 3.5% today. Yeah. I like it for the long term, but it's not a big holding for me, admittedly. I don't hold stocks like PayPal in large positions. So what do you think about the health insurance number on the report? Give me more details, RT. GLD sees a boost from government shutdown concerns leading up to Friday. That's not why I bought GLD. I mean, I didn't even buy I bought gold futures, but that's not why. The reason why was because super low volume on gold pullback after bouncing from March lows. If CPI comes in line or lower, rates will likely drop along with the dollar, propelling gold for another run. You could buy GLD or long GC MGC futures. GC futures are $10 for every 10 cents or whatever. We've also seen gold routinely make a large move the day after CPI, right? So I bought it because I expected rates to get slammed, which then would drop the dollar, which then would increase gold. Again, these types of fundamentals are important. But yeah. Is DM a scam? Who's DM? I don't even know what that is. What do you think about SQQ right now? I think you're shorting the market. You're asking for it. SPY or VU better for long-term portfolio? They're very, 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 very much the same. VU has a slightly lower expense ratio. Do you look at chart patterns and the fib for extra compliments? Yes. Not so much a pattern trader, but yes. What do you think of emerging markets? What percentage of your portfolio would be in it? I don't stock pick like that, guys. Like, I'm a very boring investor. Honestly. It's mostly blue chip indices. Then I have Apple, Tesla, maybe a couple of other holdings individually, and then a small share in small caps and bonds. Why the abbreviation of what? Yair? Changing my icon to match a Discord so Z recognizes me. Would you guys want me to stream like daily and trade daily? Let me know. I normally only stream during events. But would you guys watch a daily live stream? How can I make money? You can join us. You would hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button. If you want me to stream daily, hit the like button. So couldn't watch all of them? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a daily stream. Like a daily trading stream. Obviously, a day like today, this is impossible to trade. If you weren't already long, this is impossible to trade. Great day so far today. It's my biggest day of 2023. Many of us are already part of the Discord. Yeah, so the way I would do it is I would stream here. And then, you know, up to a certain time, So say 6:30 to 7:30, and then follow up in the Discord, like continue in the Discord. Tesla was a buy a long time ago in Noor. Today's a take profit day for sure. And I'm about to write my analysis in the Discord about that. So yeah. Again, for those of you that joined late, free option selling mastermind, November 19th. Your name has to be on this to both be a part of the mastermind itself. It's absolutely free. November 19th at noon. I'm going to teach option selling and how I option sell. You guys saw me earlier in the stream close all of my Tesla cash secure puts. And we just sold calls on Tesla. So option selling, and then if you want to be part of the mastermind, the only way that you will see the Black Friday discount, which is the biggest discount we've ever done, is to be a part of this. If you're already in the Discord, you don't need to do this. Okay? You're going to get access to the mastermind. Is the Discord business lucrative? I would say honestly that it's a lot of work, and there are some times where I feel like the work is more than the monetary value that you get from it. For sure, it's a lot of work. Always creating content, always, you know, going through research, making sure, because if I'm just investing for myself, if I'm trading for myself, then I there isn't that pressure for me to, you know, write something that's comprehensive, that's understandable, that is risk prudent, etc. Right? You're putting yourself out there every time you put an idea out there. So when you're trading by yourself, there isn't that pressure. So I would say that obviously it's a business like everything else. Is it lucrative for the amount of time spent? And obviously, like I do have a team of people. So, you know, I'd much rather not provide a half-ass service. Yeah, I would say I would think that for most people it would be too stressful. Let's just put it that way. And sometimes I do definitely feel stressed, but I'm not complaining. We appreciate everything you do. Appreciate you, Amanda. I would definitely watch. Yes, I do want to make more regular live streams on YouTube. For sure. And then I would continue in here. We appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Daniel. Thank you. All right. Honestly, again, today for me is just a take profit day. I am looking at the 2-year futures, but likely won't enter a big position until after December 13th. The best bet here is to see whether some of these stocks lose their pre-market levels. And if they lose their pre-market levels, that could be impetus for another chance at a long, right? So the indices, I think, are too far gone for now. There's no way I can long a 2% or even short a 2% indices, so I'm not going to try to do that. But the individual stocks, I think, especially the ones that are up incrementally, like Nvidia or Microsoft, I think if they fall below their pre-market levels, this is what I'll be looking out for. So I'll be looking at Nvidia, looking at Microsoft, and if it falls below the pre-market levels, I will likely be looking for a long again. Or if it falls to the pre-market levels, I'll likely be looking for a long again, as long as the indices are still really green. Palantir looks interesting. Palantir is very, very weak compared to the market today. Palantir could be setting up for something here. So we have the pre-market lows here. What does the daily pattern look like on Palantir? We're hitting the summer highs. Yeah, this looks very interesting here. I'd be interested to see if Palantir pulls back here. You'll grab a cigar and chill. Paolo, where are you located, man? Smoking a cigar right now. Ooh. I was gonna long oil yesterday too. I didn't do that. Shit. It took out August low, and I think it's due for potentially another rally. I'll look for a pullback in oil and then potentially go in. That'd be dope to see you trade every day. Yeah. How do you know when to enter a trade and get out? Donovan, that's like asking how do you fly a plane? Like there's no way for me to explain to you in 5 minutes how to enter a trade and get out. That's what the masterminds are for. I go over hours and hours and hours of the process that I use, the strategy that I use, how do I find trades, how to do risk reward, etc. Palantir taking lows. My God, just as I said that. Okay, Palantir looks like the only interesting thing to trade here. Thanks for teaching me how to catch my own fish. Appreciate you, man. Of course. Of course. It's been Christmas in Philippines since September. Yeah, man. Jason, I know how it is there. I love Philippines, by the way. Where in Philippines are you at? Do you have upside targets for IWM? Wow, what a nice gap up. So happy about this buy here. All right. I got to trade with the team. Again, if you want to join the Discord, make sure you use the code GOBBLE. If you want to join the mastermind, including the free one, on November 19th, make sure you register here, okay? Make sure you register here. You will not get, unless you're part of the Discord. Obviously, you don't need to register for this. I'm going to send it the meeting invite in the Discord. But if you're not part of the Discord, make sure that you join this. Today, for me, is basically a profit-taking day. I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I'm going to look to see if Tesla can reach pre-market lows and see if there's an interesting trade there. There might be a short setup on Palantir if we get a retracement back up, so I'll look for that. And then I think NVIDIA pre-earnings, I'm so happy that it's mitigating this imbalance here. This is what I want to see before taking a trade. So I will likely look at NVIDIA for a pre-lunch trade. Not Microsoft, but Nvidia looks interesting to me. Palantir looks interesting to me. The rest looks like profit taking to me. You made 800% on IWM calls? Hell yeah, Ricky. I want to be a mastermind? Then put your name here, bro. Put your name there. Or join the monthlies. And then upgrade. Z with the market influence and Palantir. It looked weak as shit. It is weak. It's the weakest stock on the market right now. When you say liquidity or imbalance, what do you mean? Join the mastermind, bro. And we go through all of that. But just Google fair value gap and you'll see it there. Sandy, what is the cost of a lifetime membership? Just put your name on this list, bro. TQQQ is Bay, 1,000%. Hell yeah, bro. Felix, just put your name here, bro. All the details will be sent to you. What is up with AI stock? I don't know. What you want me to look at with AI? All right, guys. Hit the like button on the way out. I'm going to join the Discord and continue there and look for trades. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate all of you. It was a blast as always. And yes, for those of you that said I looked tired earlier, I woke up at 4 to do this. So hit that thumbs up just for that. If you guys join the Discord, I will see you guys in the Discord. If you join the free mastermind on the 19th, I'll see you guys in the mastermind. For the rest of you in the Discord, I'll see you in there. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.